Hello, beloved, and welcome. My name is Donia, aka Donia the Light, and in addition to being a life coach, I'm also a certified yoga instructor. We may be familiar with a flow called a sun salutation, but when I completed my yoga teacher training, my teacher taught us a gentler way to do a sun salutation, which is to do it in reverse, and I'll show you what that means. If you haven't already and you enjoyed the content here on my channel, please leave me a like, a comment, a subscription. These are all free ways to support my channel, and they are all deeply appreciated by me. As with any form of exercise, please consult your healthcare provider before you perform any type of exercise. I personally am 8 weeks postpartum and have chosen to do much gentler yoga flows for that reason. However, this is not a postpartum yoga flow. This is not specifically for women who are postpartum. I just wanted to share that. To begin this flow, we're going to begin at the back of our mat instead of the front of our mat. So make your way here. Begin in a standing position, hands by your side. Feet hips width distance apart. Take a moment to ground yourself. Spread your toes. Breathe intentionally and slowly. In through your nose and out through your mouth. Take 3 deep breaths with your eyes closed to become present here with your practice. 2, 3. Begin by lifting your arms up towards the sky. Allow your gaze to follow. Fold forward and bring your hands as far as they will come. That could be to your knees, it could be to your ankles, or it could be to your mat. After you meet your forward fold, make your way to the mat and walk your hands out into a high plank or a high push-up position. Excuse me. Gently shift your weight forward, bringing your gaze forward, lowering yourself to a low push-up position. If this is too difficult, lower all the way down until your belly meets the mat. Flip your feet so the tops of your feet are touching your mat. And bring your head, chin, chest, and heart to rise. Gently shift, tuck your toes back under, lift your hips up and back into a downward facing dog posture. Here in this posture, you can take as many breaths as you like. For the sake of keeping this flow gentle, we're going to take 3 deep breaths. Here in your downward facing dog, spread your fingertips, bring a slight bend to the knees, and press those hips up and back. If at any point you need to rest, lower your knees to the mat and come down to child's pose, or come down to all fours. Whatever is most comfortable, just remember that this practice is your own. Here in downward facing dog, we're pressing our heels down, spreading our fingertips and pressing our weight into our fingertips, and we're taking 3 deep breaths. 1, 2, 3. Slowly walk your hands back to meet your feet. Once again, if this requires your knees to be bent for your hands to be on your mat, that's okay. If you can do so with your legs straight, that's okay too. Slowly roll up 1 vertebrae at a time into a standing position. Once your head reaches the top, reach your arms back up overhead. Allow your gaze to follow, and slowly bring your hands down to heart center. Let's move through this flow 2 more times. And this time I'm going to guide you to use your breath during this flow. This reverse sun salutation can be done as a cool down, as a warm up, as an entire flow on its own, and you can do as many as you feel comfortable. Begin by inhaling. Reach your arms up overhead, allow your gaze to follow. Exhale, fold forward. Once again, allow your hands to go wherever they are comfortable, to your knees, to your ankles, or to your mat. Inhale, bring your gaze slightly forward, lengthen your spine, and bring your fingertips to the mat. There can be a slight bend in your knees here if need be. Exhale and slowly walk out to a high push-up, position. Gently shift forward, your gaze comes forward. Lower all the way down to the mat. Flip those feet over. Inhale. Bring your chest and heart to rise. Exhale as we tuck our toes. Lift hips up and back into downward facing dog. Here you can take your 3 breaths. You can stay in this position exactly. Propel your feet to bring more motion and stretch out your calves and your hamstrings. One. 2. 3. Pause for a moment. Inhale as you walk your hands back to meet your feet. Exhale, allow your body to melt forward and fold. Inhale, rise 1 vertebrae at a time. Bring your hands up overhead, gaze follows. Exhale, hands come down to heart center. Let's move through 1 more time. Inhale, arms and gaze come up. Exhale, fold and melt forward. Inhale, knees bend, fingertips to the mat. Gaze comes forward and spine is lengthened. Exhale, walk hands out to a high plank position. Shift and lower down all the way to your belly. Excuse me, untuck your toes. Inhale, chin, chest, and heart rise. Exhale, tuck the toes, hips lift up and back to downward facing dog. Spread those fingertips, press them into the mat. Spread your toes, lower your heels. 3 deep breaths here. 1. 2. 3. Pause for a moment. Inhale as you walk your hands back to meet your feet. Slight bend in the knee. Exhale, fold all the way forward like a rag doll. Inhale as you slowly rise 1 vertebrae at a time. Hands come all the way up. Gaze follows. Exhale. Palms come together and lower down to heart center. Slowly wake your way to the middle of the mat and have a seat. I'm sweating. That was a reverse sun salutation A. Once again, this can be used as a flow on its own for your regular yoga practice. It can be used as a warm-up. It can be used as a cool down. It can be used as a way just to wake up in the morning, whatever you'd like to use it for. I hope you found this informative. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, please leave them below in the comment section. Once again, if you enjoyed this tutorial video, leave me a thumbs up like, a comment below, and a subscription. They are all very, very helpful, and I appreciate you for supporting my channel. If there's anything else you'd like me to show you how to do or create a tutorial for, once again, leave me a comment. Otherwise, have a beautiful day, and I'll see you soon.